Ladies and gentlemen, if you know my name is Plus, and I want to welcome each and every single one of you to another fantastic episode of what makes Monday nights that just greater, as we are right here for Raw, as it is going to be a jam-packed episode tonight. We have so much planned for you guys, but to start us off, we will be hearing live from the best in the world himself, CM Punk. Well, Seattle, Washington is definitely getting on their feet for this one, as we are in the turf of the best in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Raw is Punk. Well, hell has definitely froze over as CM Punk is here for the first time since Unforgiven. And this Seattle, Washington crowd is damn sure hyped up for the best in the world. I don't know how you can't be, as CM Punk, although is not the WWE champion, as a lot of us thought he would be coming out of the Unforgiven pay-per-view, one thing remains true, and that is him and Roman Reigns absolutely tore the house down a couple of weeks ago back at the Unforgiven pay-per-view. And what a pay-per-view it was. If you haven't done so far, definitely make sure you go check that out, as it was CM Punk and Roman Reigns to headline the pay-per-view, as Raw went on top in that one. And what a King of the Ring it was. CM Punk defeating Will Ospreay in round one, then moving on to the semifinals as he went one-on-one with the man himself, the Intercontinental Champion, LA Knight, defeating LA Knight and going against Roman Reigns in the finals. And although unsuccessfully being able to be our 2024 King of the Ring, the work that Punk put in, the effort in the fight that he showed inside that King of the Ring definitely spoke volumes. If you ask me, Punk did exactly what he said he was going to do in that tournament. He showed that that old dog still had so much more fight to go, and this crowd knows it, I know it, and we want more of Punk. Voice of the voiceless. You see, that was the name that I carried around, and I wore it on my sleeve every single night that I stepped into the ring, not only for myself, but for each and every single one of you. For the millions of people watching me at home, for the hundreds of thousands of people watching me in the arena, to everybody seeing the clips all over the world. And you know what? I failed at Unforgiven. And I'm man enough to admit my mistakes. Trust me, I damn sure am. But what I don't do is I don't cower in fear. What I don't do is I don't sit back and take no for an answer. I'm wearing this shirt for a damn good reason. Hell froze over. Hell froze over the night that I lost the King of the Ring. The night that I lost the WWE Championship. But trust me when I say, Roman Reigns, I am not going anywhere. You're on Raw and I'm on Raw, and we got a long year until the next draft. So trust me when I tell you, Unforgiven was not the last time that you will meet CM Punk in this ring. And you know, speaking about in the ring, speaking about wrestling, because let's be honest, as much as I'm good at talking, as much as everybody loves me to pick up the stick and have something good to say on the microphone, people love seeing me inside the ring. And you know what King of the Ring did for me? It gave me that high that I have been searching for quite a long time here in Universe Mode, and King of the Ring did it. Wrestling, going one-on-one with Will Ospreay, going one-on-one with LA Knight, going to the main event of Unforgiven, proving myself time and time again. That made me want it that much more. So you know what? I want to wrestle. If I was clear to go tonight, I'd be more than open to, but I want to wrestle. And I looked at my contract, and I got a lot more dates left to get the job done. So like I said earlier, Roman Reigns, you will see me again. But let's talk about the present. Let's talk about the now. Let's talk about 3 weeks' time. Everybody wants to talk about how great it was going international, but we're truly going international in 3 weeks when we go to the Bay Arena, when we go to Raw at the Beach. And if you ask me, CM Punk, that name all over that show sounds that much better. So I want the best. I said it before, and I say it again. King of the Ring proved that we have had the best of the best talent step in. I want somebody who I haven't faced already. I want a new chapter for the career of CM Punk. I want somebody at Raw at the Beach. Who will it be? test yourself against the best in the world. Oh man. Oh man, wait, okay, well CM Punk just let it be known to everybody that he wants to test himself and he is looking for his opponent to do the same. And if you ask me, this right here was a match that we definitely wanted to see inside the King of the Ring, as Adam Cole has made his presence known for the first time since losing his match against the Tribal Chief in the semifinals, Roman Reigns. Well, these two men definitely in the same bracket when it comes to losing to the WWE Champion, but this was a match that could have definitely been if Adam Cole defeated Roman Reigns in the semifinals. This is interesting to say the least. You see, the problem here is you calling yourself the best, something that you might have would have got away with back in 2011, 2012, but you can't call yourself that anymore because you are not the best. You're not even a pillar of this universe mode. You're a name. You're a number. You're somebody who, if we want good ratings, we call in CM Punk, and he's the guy to answer the call. He's the guy to give us the big numbers, but take nothing away from what you've done. Great work inside the King of the Ring, but everybody knows if me and you would have faced each other in the finals, I would have ended your career a lot faster than it took you to step your ass inside the square circle. You see, right now, you just signed yourself up for something that you can't handle. You asked for the best in the world. You asked for a challenge. You asked for somebody to face you at Raw at the Beach where you're looking right at him. And you see, I don't know if you know my name, but my name is Adam Cole, baby. And I do a little something here on Raw called Story Time with Adam Cole. So let me run down the list for you on what's gonna go down at Raw at the Beach. You see, me and you are gonna step into the ring. We are gonna make history because CM Punk versus Adam Cole could have and should have easily main evented Unforgiven. But we'll take a second place. We'll take Raw and we're gonna make Raw great. We're gonna do what we have to do. Hell, I would make us headline. But in the end, the same outcome is gonna happen to you that's happened in a whole hell of a lot of my matches, especially when it counts. And that's Adam Cole stands over you, winner, because I am better than you, and I am going to face Roman Reigns for that WWE Championship. So if you want to call this a #1 contenders, who's next, I don't give a damn. What I'm calling it is my stepping stone, and you, Punk, you are exactly that. You are nothing but a roadblock in my career, and when I end you, because trust me, I will end you, there's going to be no more CM Punk. The entire world will know the name Adam frickin' Cole. You see, I get a little confused here because you're talking to me like we have a problem. You're talking to me like this is personal between you and I, because let me paint the picture a little more clear for you, Cole. It's not. Me and you, we were both in a tournament to prove that we were the best of the best. And there was a moment in time where it could have been me versus you, but it wasn't because you couldn't win your semifinals match. I won my match. I did what I have to do. And you know what else I did? I sat there and I watched you and Roman Reigns stake your claim at me at Unforgiven to decide who was going to take on me. And what are you doing? Once again, you are coming to me. Am I in your head, Cole? Because I haven't once called myself a pillar. I haven't disrespected the legacy of the Intercontinental Championship. And somehow, some way, I feel like this is personal for you. And in reality, this is just going to be another night for me. Another night where I beat you. Another night where CM Punk walks into an episode of Raw and walks out the winner. Another night where the entire world is going to be chanting CM Punk. You see, you want to go in the next couple of weeks and give me the match that I've been looking for, go ahead, do it. But I promise you, win, lose, or draw, I am going to take a piece of you out of that ring. And there is going to be no comeback for Adam Cole. There is going to be no comeback for the Undisputed Era, because by the time you are done with CM Punk, the entire world is going to remember what I did to you versus what happened in the end. So you want to get brought to school? I'll do it to you at Raw at the Beach. Well, both of these men letting it be known And I don't know if it's going to be official yet. Both of these men are basically making it official. All we need is the man himself, the GM in charge, Adam Pearce, to make it official, as this one can be an absolute banger in 2 weeks' time, as CM Punk looks to test himself against one of the pillars of the company and Adam Cole. But ladies and gentlemen, as we have to move on, going on for tonight inside your main event, as the crowd is freaking ecstatic for this one, it's going to be Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker. And that's not all, as the Continental Women's Champion Asuka will be going one-on-one with Alba Fire. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, it'll be the Usos going 2-on-2 with the new team here in Universe Mode, the New Catch Republic, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. As the anticipation is growing on everybody's mind. Oh my God! There is no way! Holy shit! Ladies and gentlemen, the second Intercontinental Champion in Universe Mode history has returned. Absolute ride, and one more time, glorious DDT. What? Roode feeding into the crowd. They want it one more time. Roode saying he's gonna do it one more time, talking some smack and a little bit of a strut by Roode, and oh, Knight stops him there, and a blood force trauma! It only takes one! LA Knight just walked away with a victory! Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you see backstage is Robert Roode, as he is going into Adam Pearce's office, as later tonight he is set to have an announcement for the entire WWE Universe regarding Raw at the Beach. I wonder what is going to be said for the glorious one. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, it is going to be tag team action, as the Usos look to show off their new tag team championships gifted to them last week by the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns, as the Usos take on the new team, the New Catch Republic. Let's get into this. Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen, the Seattle, Washington crowd is definitely ecstatic for what's to come here tonight, and this one is definitely going to be fun, as the New Catch Republic are making their debut here in Universe Mode. And new team, but two individuals that we have definitely seen in the past, as Tyler Bate has wrestled here in Universe Mode. He is a guy that I like to call the qualifying king, if I do say so myself. He goes along with those guys who you don't see him a lot here in Universe Mode, but when it comes down for qualifying action, you usually see them around, and that is Tyler Bate right there. But he looks to dip his toe into the tag team realm, as him and Pete Dunne look to do what they have to do over here on the Raw side, as Pete Dunne was under the draft pick, and did get drafted over to Raw as one of our lower end draft picks off screen. And yeah, Pete Dunne looking to start a new career over here on Raw, as we've seen what's been going on Mayhem when it comes down to Ridge Holland and Sheamus and the implosion of the Brawling Brutes. Pete Dunne wants absolutely none of that. He just wants to move on from it and start a new career, his own career, with a new partner here on Raw. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take you back to what happened 2 weeks ago at the Unforgiven pay-per-view, and what a pay-per-view it was, as the Usos were the ones to hit that splash on the LWO, and they walked away with the tag team championships, just proving that the Usos are, well, statistically showing, at least winning and losing wise, that they are better than the LWO. And since then, we haven't seen the LWO, but the Usos are here, and as they were here last week inside the main event, as we've seen the tribal chief Roman Reigns had a lot to say, not only to the Usos, not only to Jacob Fatu, but about his WWE Championship run and what to expect, as the Bloodline has seemingly been locking things down, and now officially in Universe Mode, that we can finally say the Usos and Roman Reigns, well, they hold the gold. It's official. It's surprisingly a thing. We're only missing one more title for one of the members of the Bloodline, and that member, well, ladies and gentlemen, that member is Jacob Fatu, as we will see him in the main event later tonight, as he looks to test his might against Braun Breaker. And if Breaker wins, then Breaker moves on to Raw at the Beach in 2 weeks to take on Roman Reigns for the WWE title. It is a tall task for the newcomer, but speaking of newcomers, it's Tyler Bate, an official member of the Raw roster, as this is the first time that Bate has been an official member of the Universe mode here, as Bate wrestling before was just in one-off appearances, but now he has an official contract here in the tag team division, as he is brought in here with, Pete Dunne, and they look to do some damage as New Catch Republic isn't looking too good and too hot against the world. Raw Tag Team Champions, as the Usos, they've went through every iteration of the tag team titles. The only titles that they haven't held here in Universe mode are the new Mayhem Tag Team Championships, but other than that, the Usos have held every iteration of those titles that we have seen here in Universe mode, and what an impressive streak that it has been, as the Usos hold the black and gold stripes. They held the silver and red stripes, and now hold a new version of the black and gold here in Universe mode. As we do want to remind you guys, the big talk of the town is Raw at the Beach and Mayhem at the Beach, coming to you guys live June 3rd and 7th. That'll be a Monday and a Friday right here in Universe mode, as we cap off our 4th week in Universe mode in our 8-week build for SummerSlam, and that'll be our little pit stop, stopping by and ending, starting, doing all those things there, and then we start fresh in those 4 weeks time for SummerSlam. As look at that, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne doing a little bit of work here, as Pete Dunne getting his hands wet in this one, as first time we're seeing him in this matchup here, dropping one half of the World Tag Team Champions Jey Uso right on his neck. And as you've seen even last week, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso still having a bit of problems, but understanding that, bloodline business needs to get done, as a beautiful spike DDT there by Pete Dunne. Dunne definitely making sure with each and every single maneuver that he does to his opponent here tonight in Jey Uso, he makes sure it sticks, and he makes sure that he walks away with the victory here tonight. Is a big knee strike there by Pete Dunne, as Dunne is not playing any games here. Used to go by the name of Butch here in Universe mode, but since then changing his name, and not only changing his name, but just overall showing the WWE Universe that he can be something different outside of the Brawling Brutes. And, that's definitely something that he is showing here tonight, as he is definitely, if you ask me, putting up a good fight against one half of the Tag Team Champions. As, look at this now, I eat my words here, as Jey Uso looking to fight back in this one. You can't blame him, as Jey Uso has a tall, like I said, about last week, both Usos have a tall task for the Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns let it be known that now, with them being champions more than ever, there is no room for error. All they need to do is win their matches. That is the only thing that Roman Reigns requests out of these guys when they come out here. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see not only if they'll be able to get it done, but if they have any problems doing it, as we do know the Usos have had a couple of wins, a couple of losses here in Universe mode, but they do get overwhelmed, as Roman Reigns has definitely overworked the Usos in the past. And you see already, referee on the count of 5, he's definitely going to have to make sure he stays on top of it when it comes to winning his matches. And in regards of winning his matches, definitely comes not losing or by count out. But wait a minute, tags in Tyler Bate. I don't think he realized Bate's the legal man. He does, but Bate takes him down there. Beautifully done there by Tyler Bate, and Bate is on an absolute collision course, and I eat my words there, as Jey Uso takes him down. Uso! Jey not playing any games here tonight, and a part of me gotta say I can't blame him, as he goes into the cover now. This has gotta be it, but no, kick out at 1. Kick out at 1, and beautifully done so there by Tyler Bate. And wait a minute, Jey now locking him up, and boom! Super kick right to the face there. And Tyler Bate looks like he wants a little bit of a tag, but I don't think he's getting it here tonight, as once the Usos have their opponents locked down, it is seemingly that from there on out, it is locked down. As man, oh man, look at this now, throwing up the ones in the air for what I can only assume would be for the Tribal Chief, as he is watching backstage here tonight. And look at this now, Tyler Bate tags in Pete Dunne. Dunne now the legal man in the ring. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, as it is Roman Reigns watching backstage in this one, making sure everything goes down the way it needs to. The only way the Tribal Chief likes things to go down here tonight. And as you see, the wise man Paul Heyman not here with the Usos here, and neither is Jacob Fatu, as he is preparing for his debut later tonight. What a match we are seeing, ladies and gentlemen. As we knew the New Catch Republic were going to bring the heat, I had a little bit of time to talk to them backstage earlier before this one started, and they let it be known that, listen, they are here for one reason and one reason only, and that is Tag Team Championship Gold. If anybody gets in their way, including the Bloodline, then it's going to be a problem. and a problem it's definitely showing to be, as the new Catch Republic is definitely making their names known here in Universe Mode, as Dunn takes down one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Jey Uso, as we're going to have to go on commercial break. We'll be right back right after this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just as a reminder for later tonight, it'll be Alba Fire making her Raw debut, as she is going to be going one-on-one with the newly Women's Continental Champion, Asuka. Can the Empress of Tomorrow take down the newcomer, or will the newcomer at Alba Fire take down the Women's Continental Champion? Find out later tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from commercial break, and as we are back, you see Pete Dunne still working away here on Jey Uso, as he is not playing any games with him here tonight. But I do want to remind you guys, like I said over the commercial break, it will be Alba Fire making her debut here tonight, as she goes one-on-one with Asuka. A night of debuts, to say the least, as all the newcomers are seemingly having a spotlight here on Raw. New Catch Republic, Alba Fire, Braun Breaker. It's a night of a new era here, as the referee now, it's a count of 7 or 8. Jimmy Uso, the right-hand man of the Tribal Chief, getting spiked down there by Pete Dunne. And now, wait a minute, Tyler Bate threatening Jey Uso to stay on the outside. And I think it was Pete Dunne that just broke that count, because if you ask me, the new Catch Republic I think they were going to walk away with the victory here tonight. As you see now, going to the other side of the ring, look like he wants to do some more damage here. More damage needs to get done, as Jay's talking a lot of crap here tonight. And you can't blame them, as punch there to the gut there. Seems like he was just waiting on, he was just waiting on Tyler Bates to drop from that apron. And that is exactly what he was doing, as the mind games are being played here tonight by the Usos. And now, wait a minute, you see on the other side here, Pete Dunne working away on Jimmy Uso. And Jay had enough of that. Jay had absolutely enough of him disrespecting his other half of the tag team champions, his brother, his twin brother. He has had absolutely enough of it. As, oh my God, big takedown there, but missed out by Pete Dunne, and now Dunne throwing away some strikes, doing any and everything that he can possibly do to walk away with the victory. Big kick there by Dunne. As Jey Uso was in trouble, if you ask me, he needs a tag, and a tag is definitely something that needs to be done, as Tyler Bate now legal man in the ring. Beautiful elbow there by Jey Uso, and now Uso now looks to bring him right into the Bloodline corner, and there he is. There he is, brought into the Bloodline's corner. This is exactly what we want to see. Tag team action by the tag team champions. As, oh my God, single-legged Boston Crab as he hooks the arm, and Jimmy drops in on that other leg. That has got to be painful. Even more painful than we can even remotely imagine. As the Usos are turning up the heat, and they are bringing the fight in this one. What a matchup this has been, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed this one so far, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more content on the channel, as more content is definitely coming you guys' way, as we are on the road to 4,000 subscribers right here on the YouTube channel. And wait a minute, what does the Usos have in mind here as he brings them down, lining up Jay for an Uso splash? Kick to the face as Jay was talking a bit of trash here to Tyler Bate, and it doesn't seem like the Usos want to put down Tyler Bate quite yet, and now tags in the right-hand man of the Tribal Chief. As, wait a minute, now Jimmy talking a little bit of trash here tonight to Pete Dunne. Listen, the work that these guys did here tonight is absolutely something to talk about, but this has got to most definitely be it here tonight. Wow. Tyler Bate. Tyler frickin' Bate. I mean, we've seen him in the past put on classics. We've seen him do his thing, but now Tyler Bate showing the WWE Universe that he is not going down easy to the Usos. Beautiful suplex there by Tyler Bate, tagging in Butch. Butch now in the ring. What does he have in store here? As, oh man, Jimmy begging for him to get, not attack him, and that right there was him just playing possum. Jimmy Uso, one half of the tag team champions, playing possum, and it was Butch, and whatever kindness of his heart found it within him to not go right after him, to not attack him. That right there was almost the downfall of, the new Catch Republic, as Jimmy goes high and he makes it count. As, wait a minute now, Pete Dunne through the ropes. Dunne through the ropes. Getting a little bit of what we call in the business a receipt back to Jimmy Uso for what he just did to his tag team partner. I don't know how they get like it so fast, but these matches get all so personal in such a short amount of time. Man, Dunne needs to get Jimmy Uso back into the ring if he wants to make this one count. As Jimmy hears the count, sees what's going on, and looks to take advantage of this one. As, oh my God, takes him down. Referee now on the count of 8. Now on the count of 9 as the tag is in, and oh man, into the ring in the last second. As Jay looks like he wants to take down Dunn. Dunn looks like he wants to take down Jay. Both men having so much to fight for here in this matchup. So much on the line here in this matchup as, oh, big knee there by Jay. The New Catch Republic, they need to prove themselves in the tag division. And it's Jay. It's Jay to 1 and done it. No. Tyler Bate saves it as Jay Uso was definitely seeming like he was going to walk away with the victory as the New Catch Republic want to prove something here tonight. The Bloodline want to prove something to Roman. Both teams having something to prove here tonight, and they are showing it off in their in-ring work. I mean, come on. This is a beautiful match to see as Bate now. Her on the outside. You see a big elbow strike there to Pete Dunne, and now Dunne, her as his tag team partner, is being crushed here by Jimmy. Jimmy playing on all sides here tonight, doing what he has to do, raking the eyes and taking down Tyler Bate. As Bate is hurting down, and Pete Dunne finding his way back up to his feet and goes back down. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is called Control. Control by the World Tag Team Champions, and this is exactly what you expect to see. Big Samoan headbutt. You do not want to headbutt a Samoan. You definitely do not want to do that. Jimmy Uso cleaning up this team single-handedly in the short runs of this one. Looks to go for a DDT, but no. Pete Dunne says no. Dunne looking to fight back. Big Irish whip, but Jimmy says no. Off the ropes into an elbow. That right there looked like it knocked the lights out of him, if you ask me. But now Jay, legal man in the ring, as the tag was executed perfectly. Everything in this match thus far has been done perfectly. Tyler Bate is up on the ring apron, but he's hurt. He is definitely hurt, to say the least, as Jay calls him up top. Big splash by Jay to the top once again, and a new soul splash. 2, 3. The Bloodline in a dominant fashion, and oh my God, taking Tyler Bate out. Taking Tyler Bate out, and now lining up Pete Dunne for the 1D. Dominance at its finest, done by the Bloodline. If you want to challenge a team like this, you better come with your guns loaded, because the Usos are on the absolute top of their game in the tag team division, as they just warmed up the Samoan Werewolf for what could be a win. Last week was just the beginning, as I said. This week, I send a little message to those in the locker room with me. You see, since I got here over the last week, there's been a lot of heads turning every time Swerve Strickland walks into the room. Don't be afraid. Step up. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I want. Everybody's calling their shot for Raw at the Beach, and I want my name in that hat. So whoever feels the need to get what they have to say out, let it be known to me inside the ring next week, because I'll be waiting. I don't give a damn if you're LA Knight, if you're Robert Roode, if you're CM Punk, if you're Adam Cole, if you're Roman Reigns. I don't give a damn. If you have something to say, then say it to me instead of giving me looks, because I think deep down inside that every single member of the Raw locker room understands that this is no longer their house. This is Swerve's house. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was talked about earlier tonight, and as you can see, it's official, as in 2 weeks' time, Raw at the Beach will be live, and our first matchup confirmed will be Adam Cole versus CM Punk. We don't know if this is a #1 contenders. We don't know where this match leads, but what we know is these two men want to be the best. They choose to be the best, and they will have to prove it to each other inside the squared circle in 2 weeks' time at Raw at the Beach. And just as a reminder for your main event tonight, as Braun Breaker will go one-on-one with the debuting Jacob Fatu, as Fatu is looking to take down Braun Breaker, and Breaker has to defeat Jacob Fatu tonight in order to get a match against Roman Reigns in 2 weeks' time at the Raw at the Beach event for the WWE Championship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now getting into women's action as we will be seeing the debut of Alba Fire taking on this woman right here. She is the Women's Continental Champion. She won it back at the Unforgiven pay-per-view by defeating Liv Morgan. Ladies and gentlemen, her name is Asuka. And the Empress of Tomorrow looks ready, willing, and ready to do whatever the hell she has to do. As this one is definitely going to be an interesting one, to say the least, as the Empress of Tomorrow is ready to wrestle. But you can only think that what's on her mind is what happened last week, as we seen Asuka in her Women's Continental Championship celebration, and it was Liv Morgan who came out and let it be known to Asuka that, listen, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to let you wrestle. I'm going to let you get other challengers. I'm going to let them feel all high and mighty, but at the end of the day, when you retain that title, she wants Asuka to think about her, as Liv Morgan has definitely been an interesting addition here in Universe Mode, and now looking to continue not only to be that interesting addition, but looking to continue to dominate, as Universe Mode is now in its second week going in to the Raw at the Beach pay-per-view. And you can only think to yourself, will Liv Morgan be there? Will Asuka be there? Hell, will any women's action be there, as we are on the precipice of SummerSlam, and Asuka can only imagine wants to defend that Continental Women's Championship on a biggest party of the summer stage. As we, oh my god, look at this now, as Alba Fire starting this one off. Ooh, nice. Alba Fire coming into this one hard hitting, looking for a quick victory. Is she going to be able to do it? No. Asuka with a quick kick out. I mean, you gotta expect that from the Women's Continental Champion. She's not going to go down easy, but at the same time, this is going to be a very interesting observation to see exactly where Alba Fire stands when it comes down to the women's division, as we have seen a whole lot of women here in the women's division step up to go against Asuka, as we've seen Tiffany Stratton, we've seen, like I was just talking about a little while ago, Liv Morgan. There are so many women here on the women's division here on Raw who are looking to step up, and with Asuka being Women's Continental Champion, that only puts a target on her back. Now, with her being champion, does it make things a little easy rather than climbing that ladder in that aspect? But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to go on first break. We'll be right back right after this. Well, as promised, later on tonight we have Robert Roode. Robert Roode will have a message for the entire WWE Universe regarding his next match and what is next for the glorious one himself, Robert Roode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from commercial break. As you see, this one has spilled to the outside, as looks to bring Asuka into that steel steps, but the women's champion having that one a bit well scouted, as beautifully done there. And look at this. Man, oh man, talk about trash talk by the challenger here tonight, as Alba Fire is not playing any games with the Empress of Tomorrow here tonight, and you can't blame her. But at the same time, Asuka not playing any games either, as she is just laughing at each attack that Alba Fire has been doing, and Fire saying, you know what, screw that, I'll take a count out. It's the referee now on the count of 8, and Asuka getting back into this one, and that may have been exactly what Alba Fire wanted here in this one. Very smartly done there by Alba Fire, baiting the Women's Continental Champion, getting her back in the ring, as Asuka takes down Alba Fire right there. Beautifully done there by Asuka, as the Women's World Champion here tonight is definitely going to want to make sure she's on her game. Man, oh man, big kicks there, and no! Right when it seems like she's going to put her away, the new challenger, and Alba Fire surprisingly stepping up to the fray, as, wait a minute, Asuka now lining her up! Big hip attack by the Women's Continental Champion, and oh man, we know this. Asuka is something of a submission specialist here in Universe Mode. There's not many women who can beat her, and this is true. Oh wait, Alba Fire getting herself out of that one. Very smartly done there by Fire. As Asuka now top rope, what does she have in store here for the challenger? Big splash by the champion. 1, 2, 3. What a win by Asuka. Listen, she's dominant, and I don't expect that to be any different from here on out. As, oh wait, you see, Liv Morgan definitely keeping close eyes on the Women's Continental Champion as she promised she'd do. And man, well, Tiffany Stratton not too impressed with what we are seeing here tonight. Feeling like Morgan is stalking the champion, and well, Liv Morgan setting out the challenge for Tiffany Stratton and saying that, listen, instead of you talking crap, why don't you see me in the ring next week? And Stratton saying she's on. Let's do it. You know, all night, the entire world has been talking about me, Robert Roode. And, you know, I can't blame them. How do you not talk about Robert Roode whenever I grace anybody with my presence on the screen? It is talk-worthy. It is always talk-worthy because I'm just that guy. And that guy has been very unpresent here in Universe Mode for a couple of months, close to a year. And if you ask me, that is a damn shame. It is a damn shame that I was cleared months ago and I wasn't brought back until now, but we use the time that we have for our benefit. And with this time that I have for you, after speaking with Adam Pearce, after Adam Pearce understanding that you can't have Raw at the beach without the glorious one, he proposed to me a match. And then later on, as I went on and thought about it, I accepted that match. And earlier tonight, we heard from that individual, and he made it very clear that he's willing to step up and do any and everything, but he was wrong about something. He said that whenever he walked into a locker room, people put their heads down, they stare, they give him a certain look. You see, you've never shared a locker room with Robert Roode, because if you had, that wouldn't have come your way. I would have stared you down. I would have looked past you. And I would have looked past you because me personally, I don't think you're on my level, but Adam Pearce does. So at Raw at the beach, I will be facing Swerve. And Swerve, this matchup is for all the marbles. This matchup is to decide who will take on LA Knight for the Intercontinental Championship. And last week, I made a mistake by questioning that champion. I made a mistake last week, a mistake that I will only own up to once, because I only make mistakes once, and that mistake was taking LA Knight to be a fool. You see, in 2 weeks, I'm going to defeat you, Swerve, and I'm going to go to SummerSlam, and I'm going to prove to LA Knight, no, I am going to show LA Knight that what happened last week was a fluke. All I did last week was just extend the LA Knight Intercontinental Championship run just a little longer, because after I defeat Swerve, after I walk into SummerSlam, after the entire world is singing my glorious song, everybody will truly understand that the era of Roode, it's not long and gone. It is coming back, and it will be better than ever. Was, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news like we've ever heard it from our former Intercontinental Champion Robert Roode, as the glorious one definitely dropped a banger on us that I wasn't expecting. I don't know if you guys were expecting it. The goddamn guy Swerve Strickland was just talking about earlier tonight, and in 2 weeks time it goes down as Swerve Strickland takes on Robert Roode. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a #1 contenders match to decide who is going to take on LA Knight at SummerSlam. And coming up next, it's your main event. And it's going to be big. It's going to be bad as Braun Breaker goes one-on-one with the man himself, Jacob Fatu. You see, we train in silence. Everything we do going forward is in silence, and when we unleash our hell inside the ring, you will see how dangerous the Blackpool Combat Club is. I have been training Yuta. I have taken him under my wing along with Seth Rollins to turn this into something better than what the Shield was, and we will continue to do that next week. Now, Ospreay, you may have gotten your win back against Yuta, but there's no stopping the Swiss Superman, and next week you are gonna find out exactly how dangerous I am. You are gonna find out exactly why I was known as the most dangerous member of the Shield. People like to tote around Danielson. They love to tote around Moxley. Hell, they love to tote around the guy standing behind me, but people forget what I do inside the ring. And next week, Ospreay, you'll have to face that fear. You'll have to face that fact, because I am that fear. I am that fact. I and the Swiss Superman, and next week, you will see exactly how dangerous I am. Wise man, I need you to go out there tonight and focus on Jacob Fatu. Don't focus on Braun Breaker. Don't focus on what's to come. Focus on Jacob Fatu. Fatu is the only person that should be on your mind tonight. If you see Fatu go down, you find a way to get him up. I doubt that's going to happen, but he can use guidance from the wise man. So Paul, go out there, show Fatu exactly why you are the wise man, and make sure Breaker doesn't get to my title. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we are here in the Raw Zone, and I can officially say, as this has got to be one of your most craziest, hold up, let me step back, as it's time for your main event, as Braun Breaker steps up, and he steps up big time, as he goes one-on-one with the Samoan Bulldozer, the Samoan Werewolf, and Jacob Fatu. This is going to be hard-hitting, as hard-hitting comes when you think of the word brutality, dominance, any hard-hitting word that you can think of. This is what you think of. These are two trucks colliding in your main event, as blockbuster isn't even the word that I would put to describe it. This is huge. This is massive. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for an opportunity, as Braun Breaker feels that the bloodline is a joke. Braun Breaker doesn't respect Roman Reigns and what the bloodline stands for. And Braun Breaker, I'll simply say it as he said it last week, he feels like he is better than Roman Reigns. And tonight, he has an opportunity to prove if he can beat one of the men who Roman holds in such a high regard. And if he can, he'll get that opportunity next week, or excuse me, in 2 weeks' time. Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. It just got serious in here as the Beast, the Samoan Werewolf, is here, and he is ready to do the bidding of the Tribal Chief, as since WrestleMania he has been labeled the true enforcer of the bloodline. Tonight, not only does Jacob Fatu make his debut, tonight we see Fatu step up in a big way, as Jacob Fatu isn't here to slow down. He is here to simply stop Braun Breaker in his tracks, as Braun Breaker is a man amongst many. He has gone through feats of challenges, but he has never, and I mean never, faced the man the caliber of Jacob Fatu. If you have never seen Jacob's work in MLW, if you have never seen this man's work all over the indie scene, then you are in for an absolute treat, as Fatu already brings down Breaker with an overhead strike, brings Breaker against the corner, and takes him down, as this is the first time in Universe Mode history, as look at this now, Fatu with a quick cover and no. As for the first time in Universe Mode history, we even seen Braun Breaker get lift off his feet in that manner here tonight, as oh my god, look at this, Fatu over and over again, just dominating and decimating, slamming the head right into the mat, as this man is a spitting image of Umaga. I mean, look at this. And oh my god, beautiful strike there to the face of Braun Breaker, as this right here is to the side of Breaker. Has it in him to go against Roman Reigns in 2 weeks at the beach in Germany at the Bay Arena, as that is going to be one hell of an arena, one hell of a show, one hell of an event. But will it be a night off for the Tribal Chief, or will he have to find himself a new challenger, as Braun Breaker still on the outside, the referee attempting to hold back Jacob Fatu, even Paul Heyman getting the hell out of Fatu's way, them understanding that this man right here is no man to be trifled with. As look at this now, as Jacob Fatu putting the hurt, putting the pain in there on Braun Breaker, and no, not allowing him to continue to do the damage that he was doing, as Braun Breaker now looks to turn this one around Definitely wasn't expecting this one to go to the outside in the early on, as now we are on the count of 5, and look at this. Both men are back inside the square circle. The way this one needs to get done here tonight is you can't blame Bron Breakker for now calling in Jacob Fatu, telling Fatu to bring his ass back in the ring. And look at that! Belly to belly by Bron Breakker, and oh my God! Look at this! At this point, these two men are simply doing anything to each other here tonight to show that they are better than one another. I don't think this one is about wins and losses, ladies and gentlemen. I got a good feeling that this one here tonight is about power. This one is about determination. This one is about drive. This one right here is about dominance. And only one man can be a true enforcer when it comes down to Monday nights. Fatu holds his place so coveted. We're going to see here tonight if Bron Breakker has a spot at that top to see if he has it in him to even go after the bloodline, as this is one hell of a challenge for Bron Breakker. And oh, axe handle there by Bron Breakker. And look at this now, taking him down into the cover, and no. And although Breakker probably won't like me using this analogy, as now he is lining up Fatu, it looks like he wants to break him. And wait a minute, looks to hit him with a weight. No, no! Got a feeling he was not going to get the big man up for a power bomb, and it would have been hard to say if he did so. I would have been very, very surprised. But it's crazy to think that we are seeing in different generations. Hold up! Power bomb 1-0! Wow! Well, I was saying earlier tonight, we in two different generations, decades ago, we could have seen this very match with Scott Steiner versus Umaga. But now, years down the road, these two men making their family lines cross paths, but in the biggest way possible. As look at this now. Fatu not going down easy to Bron Breakker, but neither is Breakker to Fatu, as Breakker fighting back, but so is Fatu, and so is Breakker. Both men willing to do any and all to put the pain, put the hurt on each other. And you see Bron Breakker with two massive combination strikes there, now picking up Fatu by his neck. Oh my God! The strength by Bron Breakker is insane, as oh my God! An Umaga-like move in 2024 is insane! Is insane! As oh! The level of dominance, the level of fight that we are seeing, as look at this! Fatu making it hurt and making sure he makes it hurt, as this was orders by the tribal chief. As look at this into the cover. All dreams do not come true tonight. No. What? Oh man, wait a minute, look at this. Jacob Fatu looking to put away Bron Breakker in the only way a Samoan could, and then he is looking to make him tap out. As wow, the strength by Breakker into the cover is going to be able to put him away. As what the hell? Look at this, the Samoan werewolf, the athleticism, the size difference of these two men being shown on display. As look at this, no. The fact that these two behemoths are able to move in such elegance, in such quickness, at such pace is insane to think about. As Bron Breakker could be getting lined up for the beginning of his end, as Fatu brings him to what could have been the wrong side of the ring. As I eat my words there, as oh, you see at that turnbuckle, the wise man Paul Heyman making that turnbuckle very not around, I should say, for Jacob Fatu and Bron Breakker, as that right there is something that he has done so many times in the past to help Roman Reigns. Exactly what Roman Reigns asked Paul Heyman to do here tonight. As you see Fatu clearing off the announce table, and Breakker out of nowhere. Breakker out of nowhere, and look at this. Fatu back up to his feet with the quickness, and no, says no, as Breakker looks to swipe off against Fatu, brings him against the announce table. This one, ladies and gentlemen, this one is gonna get personal. Referee on the count of 4. Fatu and Breakker going at it. Breaker wants to put Fatu through the table. And wait a minute. Oh, drives his head through it for good measures. Good measures are good measures indeed, as this crowd is losing it here tonight. These two men got to be real careful about how they do this one. Referee on the count of 9. Both men going at it. And oh my God, no. This one ending in a draw, but they're going to keep going at it. Fatu falls down, and wait a minute, that's Jimmy. Jimmy, oh. Jimmy came out right in the nick of time. The right-hand man of the Tribal Chief is here. As Roman Reigns must be smiling in the back, as it seems like they didn't expect Braun Breaker to go far past this matchup here tonight. As look at this. Fatu choking the life out of Jacob, or excuse me, out of Braun Breaker. Jimmy Uso laughing as, oh my God, look at this now. Fatu getting taken out there, or almost taken out by Braun Breaker, but Jimmy Uso seeing what was going down and helping, as the Bloodline once again, for the second week in a row, standing on top. Fatu moving out of the way as Jimmy brings him right back inside the squared circle, as this one is Bloodline dominated, and Fatu just laying in the strikes here tonight, as look at that. Lining Jimmy up. Jimmy wants it. Jimmy wants it. Samoan headbutt.